video brought to you by Morante Plumbing and Oil. Morante.
And we are back, G-Mac and Winnie, coming at you with another edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's get dangerous.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Sweaty Balls.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro?
I'm your host.
you try to get me to listen to this other wrestling show you got, and that's how you come in. Oh, this is the
I was channeling my inner.
You need to channel your inner King Kong Bundy.
What the fuck is that chick's name?
5. You do that.
The chick, remember the Sweaty Balls? What was it? Anna Gasteyer. That's right. Yeah. I couldn't think of it. Except your episode brought to you not by Smoothie.
No, this week.
They're fucking good though.
Listen, right now, this week we are going to review Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
Now I've heard good things about this.
Now, last week you did strawberries and cream,
cherries and cream.
Yeah,
Pepsi.
Not good.
But absolute butt.
Irish crickets. Oh, hear that?
Oh, this carbonated toad smells like blackberry.
Yes, that is some good stuff. This week's episode brought to you by Diabetes. Diabetes.
Beatus.
Beatus.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
That is very good.
Yeah.
So, that's a solid one.
Yeah, it is. They got to have it in 0 form.
That's a 9.5 out of 10 right there.
Yeah. That's upper echelon for sodas.
Yeah.
Soda pops.
We both had like a longer week.
Yeah, and it's not over.
No. Well, for you, it's not. Mine is. And then I'll be in Nashville all next week, so that'll give us some stuff to talk about.
Will you how long will you be tied down daily? Like how long?
Until like 4:00.
That's not bad.
And then the evenings. I was hoping there's a comedy club like in the mall that's right next to the hotel I'm at, because then I'll go check out a comedy show or something at night.
You going?
The whole hotel's got dinners and it's got everything in it.
Are you going solo?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be, it's a work thing, and last year I brought a lot out of there, so hopefully this year I get a little bit more.
Right.
Try and make what I do. We're not going to get into specifics, but is already the number one in our state. So if I can make it, and we're leaps and bounds ahead of other places.
Yeah.
I want to. I think when we come back, I'm going to talk to the people that are in power and explain to them that I think we need to make our own presentation at some of these things. Like we have the pieces. I think we should make one.
If you're the industry leader, you're the one that should be
right
out there and doing that.
How's the hair look? Does it look like it's getting any more?
It looks. Well, no, actually, I can do that. Maybe the top looks a little more full.
It's only been 3 weeks, so
yeah.
They say it takes about 37 days to really see a difference.
I got guys want to try this hymn stuff, or I thought about it I had let my hair grow about 10, 11 days. I just shaved the sides. I let the top come in a little bit. And I'm sitting down and I asked Bobby Sickler, I'm like, listen, all honesty, you're a bald guy. What do I got going on up there? He's like, patch, big landing strip, big ball. I'm like, fuck it, it's coming off.
Yeah.
Thought about it.
A few years ago when you had the flat top, you could see it was really thin there and you had a bald spot back here.
Right.
So, and you used to just fade up to the bald spot.
Right,
and
but then it was fading all the way forward to where I
Yeah.
just had like little
he just wrote, dude, when Kev grows his
Yeah.
bangs out, I busted. just
That's wild.
like, just gonna grow my bangs out.
Yep. Yeah.
What else been going on for you this week?
Nothing. Big congratulations, Rob Ferrara. We all know why.
He was on Hannity last night.
Shut the fuck up.
He was on Hannity last
How?
night. That video was on fucking Hannity
No
last night with her.
way.
Yeah, and he was in the back. Yep, he was
Oh
on
my god.
Hannity last night's show. So I imagine that's got to be on.
That's hysterical.
It's got to be on. Like, we got to be able to find it. He was on
It's-
Sean Hannity last
That's
night.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him for
Right.
that part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hannity was shitting on the situation, but he was in the picture.
Yep. Coming out. Finally really supporting his Drew party. So good for Rob.
Yeah.
I
love that dude.
would have called in sick. I wouldn't have done that.
He did not know. He got set up.
That's horrible.
And I'll give him credit. He was the only one that did not clap on entry.
He kept it together, huh?
He did.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So he sent me a funny little video. His little nephew, his youngest nephew is
Did he get outed? Did he get mad at the other thing?
no.
Okay, good.
No. His little nephew, he says, "Hey Gianni, what the?" And he goes, "Fuck!" And he looks just like it looks like Rob at 1/10 the size. An identical mini me to Rob.
That's hysterical.
I'm like, it's like they just replicated you, bro. And it's his sister's son.
Yeah.
But it looks same hair, same spike, same face. So it's like little 4-year-old Rob saying, "What the fuck?"
Great. He'll be mooning the fucking encyclopedia guy.
Yeah. Anything else going on with you?
Nah. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, got the news I figured I was gonna get. Had the MRI done on my left knee on Monday, and they called back yesterday to tell me that the meniscus tear and how did she word it? Quite a bit of arthritis. So I got to go Thursday and see what the.
If they do a surgery on it, can they? I'm not sure how arthritis works. Can they shave that out?
They can. It's weird because you don't hear a lot of repeat meniscus surgeries being done, but they did say that remedial meniscus, which is what I have, like 36% of people who have the surgery initially, after 5 years, usually have to go back for round 2.
Yeah.
And for this one, it's been 10 years.
Oh, all right.
So I'm kind of in that boat.
It's wild. Like
it's limping. I'm the old car that you're trying to keep limping along for just another year or two
before you put new struts in
before you put new struts in it. Exactly.
Jern, my oldest daughter, Jern. Well, I know who it is, but for the viewers, is she just moved home today.
No shit.
Yeah. So I never thought she'd be back here, but she's got a plan in place. She's getting her master's, so she's saving money while she's here. So I think I'm going to tear apart Boston's room since he doesn't come to my house. I'll redo it any way she wants. So if she needs to get a break from mom, she can come over. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I don't invade. Just do whatever you want to do, whatever. But
so she finished up at.
She's been done with college. She's been an athletic trainer for 3 years now.
No. Right. Is she done with the school?
She'll be home this weekend, and then she finishes up with them in like 2 weeks, and then she's home. Because she's going to get her master's. She's got a thing where she's going to be a physician's assistant. She has a whole plan.
Okay.
She's got to get her master's. Then there's a 1-year school. And I'm saying physician's assistant. It's not that. It's a different term, but it's something like that in that field.
Type thing?
No, in that field though.
Oh, okay.
So
good for her.
So she has a plan, and then that school's in like Colorado or something, whatever.
Oh,
so
shit.
She might even go and work for Troy for the summer.
In Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, why not, Jern? If you can. But anyway, we should have her come down here and look at your knee.
We
move
should.
it all around.
I'll see if I can get a copy of my scans.
You know what I told her?
And
I didn't even think about this. Now I just did. We have this room, and we only use it twice a week.
Right.
She does cupping and all that stuff. With the.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, why don't
Carly goes for
we'll
it.
buy a table, put it in
in.
here, and just do it. She has all the certificates.
Right.
All you really need to do is just we'll get rid of the TV and shit. Move the table over there, put her table here. You have the room for it. You could still bring people in and make money on the side.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Outlaw Blitz Cupping.
Yeah. But what I said all that to say this: when she was in college and went to the body lab,
Yeah.
ACL repairs used to be they would take it from a cadaver.
Right.
Now what they do is they shave it off your hamstring because it's stronger. That's how they replace ACLs.
No
now.
shit.
With a piece of your own
You know,
hamstring.
that's the one thing, and I'm like, you know what? As bad as it is, because it's pain every day. It could have been worse. It could have been a damaged ligament or a torn ligament. At my age and my size, that would suck.
Yeah.
But
or they just lock them and you just fucking walk like you shit your pants your whole life.
Just rocking side to side. Fuck it. Like a Lego figure.
All right. Well, at least you have a plan going forward now.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, no, it's been an absolute.
Well, winter has not let go.
Right.
All week it's rained and been 40 here.
And then 80 tomorrow.
And it snowed last Saturday.
Yeah.
So since our last recording, we've had snow, rain, 30, a high of, today's probably the high, 60, something 65.
Yeah, and tomorrow 80.
Yeah. And rain again.
But in 7 days, we've hit the gamut of everything.
Yeah. It's been this winter really held on a long period of time. We haven't really gotten to that nice warm weather.
Yeah.
But I got to go cruising in the Camaro. We got the Camaro back. Now the motor part's done. It's all good. Everything's good there. It's inspected. Later today, I'll put the rear view mirror stuff back up. It's a 50-year-old car basically. So, all of a sudden the mirror just falls because
That's crazy to think about.
The
what
car
year is it?
Well, it's not 50, but it's 79, so it's like 45 years.
Right.
40.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? 46 years.
Yeah.
Old. And usually they come out a year ahead of time, so it probably came out in 78.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's 40.
The car hit the street probably when we were 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably the hot rod car of the summer when we were 2.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it's not my car. It's my son's car. But I said all that to say this. I let him drive it a little bit when I got it for him when he was 15. Like at night, we drove it through the neighborhood. So that was then. Then I got the motor back. And then that was only right before winter that I got the car back. So we drove it maybe 2 miles over to Ledsack's house and back. So he hasn't really driven it. The other night, after I got it all back, it's all good, inspected, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, let's take the Camaro out. He's like, yeah. We drove all over the northern end of Ulster County for 2.5 hours.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I just wanted him to get comfortable with the car. And I told him, listen, it's your car. When you turn 18, I'm turning everything over to you.
Like, it's a new motor now.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, listen, so at 77,000 miles, you got your motor brand new, redone, everything. New pistons, rings, crankshaft, everything. Heads, everything done.
That's what was on it when you got it? Original?
Oh, yeah. Everything's original.
Was 77,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I just had it all machined, redone, worked. A little bit of a good cam in it. The only thing right now is it does not like cold weather. Like this morning, going to take it up to Pettit's garage.
Yeah.
Just first thing in the morning, it's got a little hesitation. You know what I mean? It's carbureted though. It's not fuel injected, so it's like, you got to right. You got to sit down here and let it warm up and then take off. Right.
Things you don't have in cars that old.
Correct.
Power steering.
No, it has power steering.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
But that was an era where
I'm going to tell you, Highland, last week I asked you if you wanted to drive, and you're like, no, I'm good. It rides like a Cadillac. Like, Boston can't believe it. He's like, Dad, this thing is so smooth. Like, the steering is so easy. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's a really good cruising car. Don't get me wrong. You can do burnouts once in a while in it, whatnot. But if you just want to cruise and not be an asshole and go, it's a very comfortable cruising car.
Right.
I'm like, so within the next week or two, we're going to get the paint going.
You've got the door panels for
everything. I got the inside. So today, since it's warm, all the interior, which is now red when I bought it, is going to be made black. So today, I'm taking all like the window trim, the trim, anything that's red that I can get. The dash, and I have a interior paint. I'm going to paint all that black today. Well, I don't know if I'll get all of it.
I'm going to scuff it up.
I'm going to scuff it. I'm going to clean it, scuff it, paint it all, redo the mirror today, the rear view mirror. Last thing we're going to do is the seats. After that, That's, you know what I mean? But it should be getting painted in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I hope. And he's going to order the stripes because he wants to take it to his prom. So,
Nice.
I told him, I'm like, listen, once you get the door panels on, it doesn't even have carpet in or anything right now, headliner. So I'm like, his birthday's next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ask for a headliner. We got the door panels. We got the carpets. We'll put the sound deadening stuff down. We'll order that on Amazon. Put that down. Put the carpet in. Get some seat covers for right now, just because reupholstering car, especially those seats, are expensive.
Right.
And I told him, I'm like, you probably don't want to go vinyl because there's no AC and the fucking windows are. I'm like, you don't need AC. You got 2 bomber doors when you put them windows down.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's hot as hell. You're gonna get in there and burn your ass.
Does it have AC? And it doesn't work. It just never.
It was an option. It did not come with that option. And what was wild is the AC option one had electric windows, and this kid doesn't think, he's like, I want the electric windows. I'm like, you're taking $1,500 to put in electric windows. That's $1,500 you could put into your paint job. It's $1,500 you could reupholster your seats. Who cares about electric windows? It's not. You know what I mean? And then the AC takes away from the power to the motor.
Right.
I'm like, that just hand crank the window.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy.
Slum it.
Yeah. Slum it.
Yeah.
So it's getting back together. It's good. Now it's got a horn on it, so it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. But we both had a long week, and that led to our top 5.
Yes.
Let's go. This week's top 5. Top 5 things to do after a long week.
Yeah.
Mine ties right into what I was just talking about, my number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5, cruising and listening to music.
Nice.
That's what I did last night. I'm like, you know what? 60, it's probably barely 60 out. A little cool last night. Threw a sweatshirt on. Got home from work. I ate. Took a little nap. Got up. Fired the car up. And just took a cruise. Listened to music. Just probably like a half-hour cruise around town. Just go by. Wave to some people. Whatever. Just took a little cruise. I enjoy cruising to like unwind my brain. I don't know if you do that or not.
Yeah.
What's your number 5?
Cranking one out.
What?
Cranking one out.
Yeah?
No, I'm kidding. Laundry, which is weird.
That's next on my list.
Okay, so we'll talk about it now.
Yeah.
Laundry. Lately, I've been getting out of work Friday at midnight and going right to the laundromat.
Uncle B's is open?
No, I'll end up. There's 2 in Kingston now.
There's one right by your house, though, right? That's 24-hour?
Nope, that one's not. The one is that little blue laundrette down by whatever fucking elementary school that is.
Chambers?
Maybe.
The one over by
the Cut Street?
Yeah,
that one. And then next to the Red Barn Deli is another one.
Yeah.
So they're both 24 hours, so I go to one of them. Like the one, I prefer the little blue laundrette, but like 2 out of the last 3 times I've gone there, there've been homeless dopeheads sitting inside, and I'm like, I'm not doing laundry there, so I go to the other place.
Yeah.
I go, and then I'm battling Team Suavitel
at midnight.
Yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. So laundry, it's just, if I get it done before I go to bed at the end of the week, at least I know when I wake up Saturday morning, whenever the fuck that is, I have nothing to do. I can just chill.
Well, and that's why mine is do chores, clean, and laundry.
Yeah.
There's something about not wasting my days off doing that stuff. Like that, the night I get home, if I don't have anything going on, I like to get my laundry started, get whatever, if there's any dishes, I'm going to sweep and mop, vacuum my cart, whatever. I like to get that shit out of the way because I don't want to be, I got to get laundry done on, you're off the weekends. I'm not off the weekend, but like whatever your Sunday is, I don't want to be rushing to get all my shit done. I want it done and out of the way.
Yeah.
Now, the last few times I've traveled, I've been able to do my laundry before I come home. This time I'm not going to be able to. That part sucks.
Yeah.
Like I prefer to do that. I do all my laundry, I get everything. So when I come home, everything's done. I just put it in the drawers and I'm done. This time I'm not going to have that luxury.
No, definitely not.
But I'm going to make sure all my laundry's done before I leave this week, you know.
Business casual, I'm guessing.
Yeah, last year I wore polos and like khakis, and then most times I wore jeans and a polo. So, like at first I went and I was all dressed, and I went in and there's people in like ragtag shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
The next level sweatpants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, sounds good. What's your number 4?
Number 4 would be destination lunch or coffee. So a lot of times we'll just take a ride over to Rhinebeck and go to, I think it's Samuel Sweet Shop.
Yep.
Over there and get a cup of coffee, walk around Rhinebeck a little bit, or go to Poughkeepsie, go to Rossi's and grab some what end up being dinner, but just going somewhere to
Just to unwind, like, hey, we had a shitty week, whatever. And how much you're probably learning to adapt in your sobriety compared to what you used to do compared to now.
Yeah, there's no drinking. So
Right.
Yeah, that actually leads into my next.
Okay, my number 3, vegging out and watching movies.
Yeah, that's higher on my. Yeah, probably higher on my list.
All right, well, we'll talk about it when we get there.
My number 3, go to a meeting.
Oh,
Taking a meeting or two, yeah. Yeah, when the weather's shitty, especially, I was going
Are
Saturday.
you winking at me? It was the other eye. He creepy eye wink.
I can't creepy eye wink that one.
It's but it just does automatically sometimes.
It might have been a stroke. It might have been a small stroke. Saturday,
diabetes.
Shitty weather in the fall a lot. I was going to Saturday noon meetings here, and then Sunday 1:00 meetings in Woodstock.
Woodstock, right?
Yeah.
And that you really liked that meeting when you went there.
I like the evening meetings in Woodstock, but being on 4 to 12s, I can't get to them now. Yeah.
All right, my number 2, video games.
That's my number 2 as well.
You get in, you have a long week. Shit's just whatever, and listen, it went in sequence. Like I came home, I got something to eat, I cleaned up, I took a ride.
Yeah.
I vegged out, I watched the little movies, I popped on a video game. Just something to take your mind just away from everything else.
Yep. Macklin hooked me up with a
oh, he did?
The Switch, yeah.
Oh, good.
So I got my MLB
nice
show. I haven't even hooked up to the TV yet. I've been just playing right on the screen.
Oh, yeah, because it comes with a little screen, right?
Yeah, and then I had the Joy-Cons, but I got this aftermarket controller, which is more like a standard video game controller. It's weird because it's so spaced out. Because your hands
are far apart?
But way more comfortable, way more like the regular video game experience.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's nice about, like, almost all these things, if you think about it, it takes thinking away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think. Especially when you have our job is more mentally fucking stressful. You know what I mean? It's physically stressful too, don't get me wrong, but it's not taxing your body usually.
Right.
It's taxing your mind.
Yeah.
So to get home and be able to take the stress away by not having to think. Right. These are all things that, like, hey, the movie thinks for me. Video games, I'm just vegging out. I'm not really. It's not a stressful thing. It takes the temperature down.
Yeah, like I know tonight is a mentally stressful post.
Right. So, when it's
right. Yeah. You kind of prepare for it.
Yep.
That was your.
That was my 2, and
also
your
my 2, right?
But why do I feel like we didn't talk about one?
Let me think. Laundry.
Vegging out, watching movies was higher on your list, maybe?
It is.
Okay, that's your 1?
That's actually my 1.
Okay, well, then my 1's we can talk about your 1, and then we'll do my 1.
Yeah, the same thing. That's when we make time for us to binge watch whatever.
Love Boat, you fuck.
Yeah. Last weekend again, we hopped back on. Kathy Bates, before she was anybody, we're looking like, is that Kathy Bates? Went on sure as shit. 1 episode in season 1 she happened to be on.
Have you ever seen the thing with Kathy Bates where she Mandela affected herself?
Really?
Her mother, something with her mother, when she won for the what one was she in?
Oh, with Misery?
Misery, when she won the Oscar for Misery.
Yeah, which
something to do with, I think her and her mom. Her mom made some kind of comment like, yeah, what's that mean? What's that going to mean now or something? And the interviewer was saying to her, like, she goes, I wish I could go back and thank my mom I never did. And she's like, yes, you did. She goes, no, I never did. She goes, I've always lived with that regret that I never thanked my mom in that moment. And they showed her that she actually did thank her mom. Her mom acted like her mom was like, I think her mom told her she didn't even thank her.
Wow.
And then the interviewer shows Kathy Bates like, no, you did thank her. And she's like,
you bitch.
And she like, no, you could see her. She was like so touched. She's like, oh my God, all these years, I thought I didn't thank my mother like that. I didn't appreciate her, and I really did do it. You don't know how much that means to me to know that I actually thanked my mother, and I was always under the impression that I didn't,
that she forgot
and then I forgot to.
Wow.
So it was wild. You said Kathy Bates, and I saw that, and I was touched by that moment because, like, I don't know, we get older, and you deal with a lot of personal shit, and like I've lost a parent, so you know what I mean. You see that, and you're like, man. Like last night, a fucking video. We don't have to get into it. We'll get into it during rabbit hole. But last night, a video fucked me up on TikTok. Just a guy talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, that shit happens, man.
So Love Boat, Kathy Bates. What else you watched?
We just watched Adolescence on Netflix.
That was that the kid?
Yes. The four episode mini series. You're like, I had this conversation with Nolene last night at work, and she didn't like it either.
Neither did Shakuzi.
Kaylin liked it. I liked it. I just think, so I guess, is it Brad Pitt's? Somebody's production crew now is in touch with the writer.
Yeah.
Because they had said, it was 4 episodes and it's done, because they said they went, Jamie was the kid's name.
Yeah.
They finished Jamie's story. It was over. But because it's gotten such critical acclaim, a bigger production company's got in touch with the writer to do a new 4 episode miniseries, obviously based on somebody different.
Yeah.
But there were things in it that were weird, that had no tie into the story itself. Like the one kid that got beat up and that ran from the cops. It was just kind of in there as why. They touched on it in the first episode or second episode and never went back to it. The cop's daughter, they never went back to that.
Yeah. Well, that's when you leave shit untouched. Like,
but
people want.
I will say that kid, the kid that played Jamie, hell of an actor for 12, 13 years old, however old the kid is. The scene between him and the psychiatrist, social worker, whatever, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the dad, I was like, he looks like he could be like one of the Wahlbergs' cousins.
Yeah.
The last episode.
I remember him from other movies. I can't remember.
Stocky dude too.
Yeah.
The last episode focused more on him, and I think he did a really good job.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman? Not the movie, the series.
No.
Good.
Really?
Yeah. I think I talked about
That's Madonna's
Guy Ritchie.
Ex-husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a movie that has like Matthew McConaughey in them in it, but then there's a series. It's about a duke who...
Tom Segura?
No. I think he's a duke, or he might be an earl. There's an earl and a duke. They're two different things, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a duke.
Okay.
And when he passes away, instead of giving the inheritance to the oldest son, he gives them to the youngest son to take over the family business.
Yeah.
The oldest son's a fuck up and crosses like the Russian mob. So then youngest son's walking around like the property right after the funeral, and a lady comes up to him. She's like, listen, me and your father had a deal worked out, and they thought he was selling like artwork.
Yeah.
He's like, me and your dad had a deal worked out, and I want to continue our deal. And she's like, I got to show you what it is. He goes, I don't care about artwork. She goes, no, come here. So they go all the way to the back part of this property where the cows are, and they go under the cow farm, and it's the biggest weed operation in England.
No shit.
So then off, and then the brother crosses the fucking mob again. You know what I mean? Like, the older brother's a fuck up and keeps fucking the younger brother. Every time the younger brother
is about to get ahead a little bit,
just to fucking pull themselves out of all of it,
right?
He gets fucked again. The older brother.
Jesus.
But it's a good series, dude.
Okay,
that's good. It's rough. Don't get me wrong. There's some violence and some shit, but I liked it. I really liked it, and I would start it now because in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the next season comes out.
Zella Penguin
Yes, that was
And
very
I
good.
wish they would come back for season 2, and it doesn't seem that they are.
No, I think they're going to go to Joker.
Oh, they're going to do
Either
another one.
Joker or the Riddler. I think they're going to go
All
another
the characters.
version. Yeah,
I like that. Good.
Yeah.
The Life List. I think we touched on it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
I thought it was really good.
I knew
Connie Britton's so hot.
I knew it was going to be the guy that she ended up with.
I did too.
I knew it was going to be that guy.
The lawyer.
The lawyer.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, it's not going to be the guy that they're thinking. It's going to end up to being the lawyer.
And I totally called the father thing.
Yeah.
When they sat down, I'm like, she's going to make plans to see this dude, and he's going to no-show it. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But the premise of it was, like, she felt totally fucked over by the mother.
Yeah.
And at the end, her inheritance was what they were going to put up to sell, which ended up being the house, which was the centerpiece of the family.
Yeah.
And they tied it all in nice at the end. She has the big New Year's party. Everybody that was important to her was back at the house for that big New Year's party. Great movie. I really liked it a lot.
She got the house. That was nice.
It was good.
It was nice. All right, and then that's what I do. I watch movies, veg out where you don't have to think about it.
Yep.
I like the movie. Do not go see Warfare.
I'm not. Hurt
Wait.
Locker fucked me up.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Oh.
There's no music in it, though.
Okay.
There's no sound. There's no, you know how like movies have.
So this is totally.
Just, you're immersed in the moment. And a lot of people that weren't military people are like, I was fucking on edge. Like, what's happening? Because you're just waiting for something. You know what's going to happen.
Now, who did you go with?
An entire crew of people.
You did.
That went, I think like 6 out of 8 of us were in the military.
All right. Now.
2 liked it, 4 didn't like it.
What did Matt think?
Matt came out like this.
See, that's to
you
me.
need to put the fucking tourniquet on immediately. Like,
because to me,
I think he flashed back.
That's like, for somebody that, and listen, Matt's Matt.
Oh yeah.
There's no way to say it.
Yeah.
To somebody who deals with a tremendous amount of PTSD, that's borderline. That could either be therapeutic or it could be fucking terrible.
I've been in a few movies with Matt, and I've seen multiple sides of it.
Right.
He came out of this one mad. I've seen him come out of some like very sad. I've seen him come out of some relieved.
Right. The one that he got me
I
to
came
watch,
out of a movie, me and Roach went to a movie, and he came out full of sweat.
Yeah, Sean's another one.
I mean, sweat from belly button to neck, soaking wet.
Matt,
he had
Sean,
a flashback.
Jimmy, Basden, all guys who have different varying levels.
Oh yeah,
of PTSD from being Charlie too.
Yeah,
from being over there,
dude. And that's the thing. Like when people ask me, like, oh, or try to think, I had a nothing military career, nothing.
Right.
I went nowhere.
But still, thank you.
But no. I understand. I understand that part of it. But
right.
all these dudes that I'm friends with all did. You know, they all served overseas. They all had deployments.
They were in holes.
I had none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't have any. I don't want to say I don't have any pride. I willingly went in. I just didn't go anywhere. But
not your call either.
I'm just saying I don't have like the pride of like. I'm not like, oh, I'm like, listen, I was in the Army. That's it.
Right.
Those guys, they went and they fucking were in war zones. My ex-wife was in a war zone.
Right.
You know, they put their lives on the line.
Right.
And they saw shit. I didn't have that. I had none of that.
Right.
I was in a period from 95 to 03, you know what I mean? Total time. I get my discharge on Friday, and on Sunday they bomb Iraq. So like, I didn't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
So I don't, when those moments come, I'm just like, I was in the Army.
Right.
It's like saying, you know, you're in the big leagues, but you got no at-bats.
Right.
You know what I mean? I went to this show, but I pinch ran. You know, I'm a former major leaguer. No, you're not.
Right.
You know, that's like saying you're in the NFL, but all you're on is the practice
technically
squad.
You were, but you weren't.
Right.
Right.
And that's it. So, like I said, Matt was mad in this movie.
Right.
Good movie for you to see at home. Don't go see it because I know how you are. You'll be all fucked up.
It's true.
And then we might as well just finish out our list. My number 1 is unplugging from social media, people, cell phones, everything. I just kind of I don't want I put my cell phone in the other room. I'm not looking at social media. I don't want to hear any phone calls. I just kind of get my head in my space.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you appreciate, I think most people appreciate their alone time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need that one, even if it's a day, half a day, a couple hours of, you're not looking at your phone. You're not thinking about any type of stress or email, text.
Right.
You just
like today, usually the last hour before I go in, that's what I try to do is just decompress, get that hour of chill, because who the fuck knows what you're walking into.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was the top 5 things to do after a long week. Crank One Out is usually in there too.
That's in there too. Yeah.
That's
an honorable mention.
That's the end. It's the end of your Friday night.
Yeah.
It's either Pound One Out or Crank One Out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's move along. All right, 5 crazy questions this week presented by GMAC. Number 1, what is the wildest thing you've ever seen bet on?
Bet on?
And this happened only because I saw something crazy this week.
I don't know. I mean, you see a lot of dumb shit around the Super Bowl.
The length of the
the length of the national anthem, shit like that.
What the first song of the halftime show is going to be.
I guess to me, the most absurd thing that's bet on now is pro wrestling. It's fucking it's like betting on the soap opera. It's written. It's not real.
Right, like not for nothing. How could that not be insider information?
There could be. There very well could be.
Like, could you imagine if you had Undertaker losing the streak? The odds on that had to be huge at the time.
Right. Yeah, the fact that they actually take bets on pro wrestling.
And if they had that, what if like Vince had, what if I owned it and I had you go bet for me?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're gonna put Taker over. Put all this money on there, and we'll split it.
Yeah, it's fucked up,
right?
Totally fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be the wildest thing I can think of. That's absurd to bet on.
Okay, well, this is how this question came about. In Japan, I think it was Japan, they have it where they're betting on live sperm.
What?
Yeah. People can bet on what sperm's going to get to the egg, if any.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they have it where like it's all there. They set it all up and they bet on. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like, you're betting on fucking sperm now?
Jesus.
But think about it. What if you get sperm number 2,000,006?
Right.
If everybody put $1 in and there's 2 million sperm and yours gets to the fucking final.
That's your
right.
How do they number them?
I have no idea how. I just saw a thing on it like that. This is a new age thing.
That's absurd.
That's
wild.
I'm like, I got to tie this into the show. I got to tie this into the show somehow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So sperm is the wildest thing I've seen.
How many fucking race winners have gone down the shower drain?
Yeah. Mine are all just dead. Just dead.
Got dented heads and no tails.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. Do you think cigarettes being cheaper and socially acceptable kept society calmer?
Yep. Sure do.
Right? It's weird since they puff on these fucking fruity bar and your douche cotton flutes. Candy douche flutes. Yeah. Society's all edgy. Yeah. I saw a comedian talk about it, and he goes, if you saw somebody smoking a cigarette and walking in small circles, you know that guy needed a minute.
Yeah, 100%.
He goes, people were smoking cigarettes when a house was $60,000 and healthcare was affordable. He goes, we're in worse fucking times now. We need to bring back cigarettes. They need to be $4 now.
I remember paying it when I smoked, and that was fucking 20 years ago now. Yeah, $4.50 a pack.
He goes, that's
now they're like, Brandon had me pick up a pack of American Spirits for him one day in the work. They're like fucking $13, $14.
But that's what the guy was saying. He goes, things were calmer. He goes, it's fucking crazy now. We need the cheap cigarettes now.
Right.
Back then, we didn't need them.
Right. Now, you definitely need them.
But it made me think, I'm like, do you think actually society was calmer when people smoked?
100%.
I do believe. I hated it, but I do believe it.
Yeah.
I do believe it. All right. Number 3. Who is your least favorite reality TV star?
Wow.
Mine's easy. I don't know the guy's name, but it's easy.
The
dude from Pawn Stars. I can't stand him.
Really? Which one?
The guy goes, "Oh, I know a guy," and he brings the guy in.
Oh, Rick?
Yes, I hate that motherfucker.
Really?
Cannot stand him.
How come?
He's such an arrogant fucking douche nozzle. I can't stand that guy.
Richard,
He could be the nicest guy and come in here and sit, and there'd be
Yeah.
something about him. He's got a punchable face.
He does have a punchable face. I'll give you that. Richard Hatch from the original Survivor became an insufferable douche.
He was the heavy guy that got thin, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
he was a
an
fucking asshole. Ronnie from the Real World was another asshole.
There was another Real World guy with like blonde hair everybody hated.
Couldn't have been. Well, I'm trying to think.
Didn't he have a name like Roach or Root something like that?
Oh, way back. I'm thinking of not even Real World. I'm thinking Jersey Shore. Ronnie from Jersey Shore was just an arrogant fucking juice head.
Yeah.
Snooki was totally fucking hateable.
Yeah, but I mean, who was your least favorite? Mine. I thought of that guy Rick
I'd
from Pawn
Richard
Stars.
Hatch. He just became. He thought he became somebody. He was
Go
a
figure.
fucking
Two
tool
dicks.
bag.
Two dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Number 4. What is your all-time favorite hat that you've owned?
Ooh.
And it made me think of this because I caught our piece of our episode last night, and you had on, I don't know, I think it
Bass
was
Pro Shops.
Bass Pro Shop. And there's all kinds of hats. Every week you have a hat. I bought you, everywhere I go, I buy you a hat.
Yep. All-time favorite hat that I've owned. Probably, and this company is out of business now. It's a damn shame they're out of business. It was a Cooperstown Hats Company. Like, the store was literally in Cooperstown. Any hat you ordered was custom made and shipped to you, and they made them like the old style hats. So the brim or the sweatband inside was leather, not cotton, because that's how the old hats were made. And it was a '62 Mets hat.
And you lost it?
Yeah, no idea where it is.
No idea.
None.
In a move? Like, where's the last place you remember having it?
I was still married to Christine
up
at the
on
time.
the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, man, what fucking hat?
Yeah.
He's got to have an all-time favorite.
And it meant more to me because of my grandfather.
Yeah.
And actually, I'd say a hat that I have now that I don't wear a whole lot. It was the last time we took him to a Mets game. I had bought him a '69 Mets championship hat, fitted. He wore that day, and we actually buried it with him.
Oh, nice.
And he bought me a hat. Because after I bought him the hat, he felt like he had to buy me one.
Of course.
So I have.
Hey, there's that $20.
Yeah. So I have it's a stretch fit, but it's got a Mr. Met on the front. And I still
nice.
have that. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I know that hat.
Yep.
I think my favorite's probably, and I have a ton of hats, but I don't wear a lot.
Yeah.
My Harbor Hawks, all blue, stretch fit Harbor Hawks hat.
I think it's on the screensaver.
Yeah, in the picture. Yeah. Yep. All right, and number 5, what tasks make you feel accomplished when completed? Like, is there anything you do that, like, when you're done, you're like, like a little bit of pride, like, oh shit.
Yeah, it used to be mowing the lawn and stuff. I used to like doing that when I had.
Burning the head off a weed whacker?
That's one, yeah.
How about stopping a tree from falling on my garage?
That as well, after you almost zipped your fucking leg off.
Yep.
Yeah, no, yeah, it used to be mowing the lawn and stuff like that. Now I just like being done with laundry when it's done.
Yeah, I mean, little menial house things are good, but like getting the horn to work today.
Yeah.
Like, the horn hasn't worked. Getting the horn in the car, that's worked. That feels accomplished.
Yeah.
I think with this car, it's not even my car, but I'm helping the kid do it. Get every little piece that you get done is getting closer to being finished.
Yeah.
It feels like a big thing. Like,
definitely.
These are done. Oh, that's done. Oh, this is done. So, like, it just makes you feel accomplished. I think probably the most pride I've had in anything being accomplished in a long time was, I think, the first episode we ever put out. We were so fucking giddy about it. Like, oh my God, we actually did it.
Yeah.
No one taught us. It's so shitty that we didn't have this equipment to start, because that was actually a phenomenal episode.
But I think that kind of almost lends to the awesomeness of it.
Yeah.
That we made it work with what we thought was good stuff at the time. It's what we had. We just made it work.
But I just remember, like, we're up there and it's Joe Rogan, Jocko Wolnick, us, and like fucking somebody else. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, on iTunes, we're in like big company.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Yep.
And then just the ride it sent us on for like the next week or two. We were like, holy shit.
Yeah, when I tell people the amount of countries
that
have downloaded it and listened to the show, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's like 80-something now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, easily 80. Yep. All right. So that is 5 crazy questions.
All right.
As we have done before. Is it overrated or underrated? You let us know.
Number 1, Peeps.
Underrated. You got to crack the bag, let them stiffen up a little bit, but then underrated.
I could do a chewy Peep, but I like them when they're more like cereal marshmallows than regular.
I heard your wife likes a stiff Peep too.
Nice.
Did you ever see Peep milk? They have milk that's flavored like Peeps.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Peeps don't.
It's marshmallow.
Have
it's
a
like
flavor.
just marshmallow,
right?
So it must be marshmallow flavored milk. I don't know, but I've seen Peeps milk before.
All right. Number 2, dark chocolate.
Not a fan.
No,
overrated.
Okay.
I'd rather milk chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some if you buy like the Lindt.
It's too tart
bars. That'll go to like 90% cacao, which tastes like fucking bitter as could be.
Yeah.
No dairy to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yep.
Some people love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so much. I'll take Kraft's milk any day.
Yep.
Number 3. The fuck did I write? Oh, bananas.
Oh, underrated. Love bananas.
Yeah.
You gotta be very careful how you eat them in front of Sal.
Correct.
But love them.
He gets super turned on.
Yeah.
Super turned on.
I like cutting up a banana with like some Cheerios too, or
now you peel a banana.
Yep.
And you're gonna cut it up for your cereal, and the banana's got a couple brown spots. Do you just say fuck it and keep slicing?
Yeah, they go right in there,
brown
man.
spots out.
Well, it depends on if it's like a little bit of brown. If it's mushy, it's got to go.
Okay.
But if it's like just brown,
that's where I'm at. The mushy spot has to get.
Like if there's no slice, it's just you're like.
You have a banana, you look at it, and there's just divot after divot after cut them all.
But you definitely cut them sliced.
Right.
We don't do them long ways like Sal.
No.
Sal just has 2 long logs in there.
That's great. Oh shit. Number 4, Windex.
I mean, underrated. It was the go-to glass cleaner for 100 years.
Yeah, my
but those new foams are better.
Just use white vinegar and water.
Yeah.
Yep, that was like the window.
Yeah.
And newspaper.
Newspaper too, because it doesn't
streaks.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but Windex, I mean, still go to. I think I told you this on here before. I always use Windex to clean my racing shield, and then they went to Go Green in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I had a polarized shield at Middletown because the sun would set so low.
Yeah.
And I sprayed it with the cleaner, and it fucking ate all the polarization out of a $180 shield.
Oh.
I'm like, Windex doesn't do this. How's this? Like, you know what I mean? Here's Go Green. Eats the fucking polarization out of the thing. Windex doesn't do that.
So here's a funny story about Windex. Going back to...
If you drink it, it makes your turd shiny.
No, Jesus. A fun story about our departed buddy Tommy.
Yeah.
So when we first started at our job, Tommy and I started the same day. We go to the county building, we fill out our paperwork. We didn't know each other, but we're in this together. So we had to report to the job site after we did our paperwork, but we were going to stop for lunch first. He's like, oh, listen, I'll drive. So he had an older Nissan Maxima at the time, and his windows were fucking purple. And I'm like, not knowing this dude I've known him for 2 hours at this point. I'm like, hey, Tommy, why are windows purple? So he had them tinted and then didn't realize that you're not supposed to fuck with the tint for the certain amount of time after you have it put on. He's like, yeah, he goes, I put the tint on and I noticed some streaks. So I got the Windex and I hosed them down and I wiped them down. Well, yeah, apparently the Windex had an adverse reaction with the tint and turned it from fucking dark tint.
It's supposed to be tint safe.
Right, to purple. So, yeah, Windex totally ruined his tint job on his car. It looked pretty weird.
That's wild.
Yep. Let's see. Number 5, massages.
Underrated. I like to go to the place right behind Dallas Hot Wieners in Lake Katrine up on the hill. It used to be the old G&G Leather.
Okay.
Or maybe that used to be the old G&G Leather.
I don't remember.
Dallas Hot Wieners was the old G&G Leather.
Could
I
be.
don't know. Anyway, up there, they have it's just an hour and you come out of there and you feel pretty decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not I hate when they really fucking dig in there. But they have one that's a Tiger Bomb one that I'm waiting to try. I got a gift certificate for it.
Nice.
And they got, it's an Asian place, so they got real fucking Tiger Bomb. Not some Walmart ass Tiger Bomb.
Tiger
yeah.
Bomb. Yeah.
Probably come out of there, your fucking skin's on fire.
Yeah. My ex-father-in-law used to swear by the Tiger Bomb that he would get from like the Asian markets and shit in the city. And he would put a fucking dab of it in a pot of hot water.
And just put his face in there?
Right. And it would fucking clear out colds you would have 5 years from now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was wild.
Yep.
And a bonus for the day, acupuncture.
Dude, you came to my surgery when I had my neck surgery.
Right.
It didn't take. I still had the bad headaches. I had all this. I went and met with an acupuncture 2 times, and they all went away.
There you go.
I believe in that. I like acupuncture. I had the dude leave a fucking needle on the top of my head, though.
Oh.
I went home. I went to put a hat on. I'm like, I call him like, you left the needle. He goes, just pull it out. Bink. And
it doesn't work. It hasn't worked on me for everything.
It fixed Boston when he had that neck injury.
Right.
They were trying to say it was a concussion. After weeks and weeks of doing all the protocols, I finally take him to the acupuncturist, Andrea. I think you went to her too.
Yep,
she gets him on the table. She's like, you don't have a concussion. She goes, George, he had a thing in his neck. He rolled his neck. She goes, you got a headache now? He goes, no. She goes, you will right now. He's like, yeah. She goes, can you breathe? He's like, I'm all clogged up. She goes, you won't be. She set him right up. She put a little acupuncture in him. He came out. He was good to go.
There it is.
It was good.
Good.
Yeah, so underrated.
There we go. That is our over and under.
And it doesn't work for everything, but it's worked.
It's worked for a lot of things.
I had a person put it too close to a nerve in my calf and my leg. I had no control over it. It was just going crazy.
Oh, so where it didn't work was for the plantar fasciitis.
Jern says, I asked her about that.
Yeah.
And Jern says, you would hate it because it would hurt, but it's the best thing that you can do for is cupping on the. Because I asked her, I said, what do you do if your athletes get plantar fasciitis? She goes, Dad, you'll hate this. She goes, you get the smallest cup and you put it on there and you pull it around. She goes, it's painful, but it works the best. It's the best for recovery. Yeah,
the cortisone shots, luckily, that's one area where they worked for me. But she had put she put a needle in the instep of my foot, and that fucker hurt for weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I knew she took it out. I watched her take it out.
Right.
And it felt like it was in there for weeks. It sucked. Oh, It was terrible.
All right. So before we move along, I do have one, because I sent you a TikTok and you did not watch it. So
okay.
Elvis trivia.
Okay.
What was Elvis originally going to be for a profession?
What was it going to be?
Yeah, what was he originally going to do as a profession?
It was working as an electrician.
All right, you got it. It was an electrician. Yep. I'm like, when he doesn't know this, he's getting a kendo stick.
Yep.
All right. Rabbit hole. What dragged you down the TikTok, YouTube Reels hole this week?
All right, start us off.
All right, I got a couple good ones. Big Al, remember I'm Big Al and I hit diggers.
Yeah,
there was a Big Al.
Now, right?
Yes, and he's not big.
No, he leaned out.
Yeah, he leaned out, and he's not even tall. He's like probably 5'5", 150 pounds.
Yep. And
he hit a home run in the game that they went and checked on him.
He a dinger.
I did that one. This one had me fucking laughing my balls off. Mike Leach, God rest his soul, famous college coach. He had the run and gun at Texas Tech and all that. He devised a plan. He wanted to recruit a midget, little person, whatever you call him, for short yardage situations, 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s, 4th and goal, touchdown situation, where they would just direct snap the ball to the midget and somebody would throw him over the line of scrimmage.
Oh shit!
I laughed about
Projectile.
that. I laughed about that for like fucking 10 minutes. That was his whole. He's like, "There's no rules against it. Why are we not doing this?"
Because that fucking dude's gonna get smoked.
Literally, just pick him up and throw him like a fucking lawn dart over the line of
Can you
scrimmage.
see like a fucking Steve Atwater coming in from 8 yards back and absolutely fucking tattooing this guy midair?
Yeah, but can you imagine putting like Vince Wilfork back there as a fullback and you just catch him and fucking fire him?
Oh my god! Listen, it's a better version of the tush push.
That was his. He literally drew up plans for it and to try and they were going to get like Vern Troyer and just throw him over the fucking line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's insanity.
How do you fucking
That's
like?
wild.
How do you consciously go? Hey, you want to play football?
Yeah.
Like.
I've gone
Oh
down.
God.
I went down the rabbit hole on a few different videos of how the transfer portal is ruining college sports.
Oh yeah, what it is you're not rich enough to buy a pro team, so you're buying a college team.
Like this idiot from Tennessee, the quarterback.
Oh, that they cut?
Yeah, Amaliva.
Yeah.
You're leaving.
Yeah, you're leaving
Fucking
because he was out trying to get deals while he was still at Tennessee.
He was going to get $2 million in NIL deals.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to end up at a much less of a program. Like,
and you're not going to get the 4.
no, you'll be lucky to get the 2.
If you're in the SEC and you're making $2 million, 4 years ago you made $0 as a player in college football.
Right.
So what the fuck? This is it. Well, what's good is going forward into the pros, you know who your greedy ones are and who still play under a contract and who can't.
Yeah, another one thing is Travis Hunter is a big lightning rod right now because he's come out and stated that if he can't play both ways, he's going to retire.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, if I'm an NFL team, am I drafting that now?
He's the only thing lacking from his back of his jersey is Sanders because he acts, talks. He's played for Deion since he was a kid.
Right.
And he's acts just like listen, for as great as Deion was, I couldn't stand Deion 90%. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a lightning, but what an asshole.
Right. I like him more now.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys
I do too.
I've developed to like them later in life.
Warren Sapp.
Yep. In wrestling, Jeff Jarrett. Everybody hated him back in the day. Now he's 55. He's a lot smarter. You realize the shit he went through.
Well, it's part of us maturing too.
Right.
We're the age where we look back. But like
Tom Brady, being a Jets fan.
Yeah.
I hated Tom Brady, but I can respect what he's done.
Yeah.
You
Jeff Gordon.
Right.
At the end of his career, people that booed him his entire career loved him.
Yeah, I'm sure Jimmy Johnson's gotten it.
Yeah. I mean, Travis Hunter is really the more like Deion than any of Deion's kids.
Right. But they're saying that they don't think, I don't
think he's an
I don't think
receiver.
as an NFL receiver, he doesn't.
Takes too long to get off the line. He
Right.
doesn't run crisp routes.
Right.
Have packages.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Every down.
Let
guy.
him return punts or something.
Right.
You know?
And now, in the biggest argument for him not being a two-way player, it was a former pro coach, I wish I could remember who it was, said, if I'm playing him both sides of the ball and he gets hurt, now I'm down 2 players.
Right. Right.
What do I do?
Right. Now you're down 2 players instead of 1.
Yep.
Yeah. And the last thing that I fucking thought was hilarious this week was T.O. and Ocho's show.
Oh, no. What's going on?
Not T.O. God damn it. I wrote T.O. That was a mistake. It was Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp have a show together.
Oh, Jesus.
And they had this dude on there called @FunnyMarco.
Okay.
And he said, did you change classes or did you stay in the same classroom all day? And the guy's like, I stayed in the same class all day. And you see Ocho go, like, and he goes, I don't know what that means. And he goes, and you know, Shannon Sharp in the way he talks, he's like, well, you know what that means is people that stay in the same class all day, they have some deficiencies. He goes, what's that mean? He goes, like they're. He goes, well, let me ask you this. He goes, when you got off the bus, did the teacher meet you at the bus? He goes, well, I don't know, because I was the only one on my bus.
Oh, God.
He goes, yeah, and now fucking Ocho can't keep it together. He's falling off the screen.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So basically, they were talking to a retard.
I gotta see. I gotta see. Apparently, there's a video. What the frig was his name? The dude last year, brother.
Oh my God.
Switch.
Yeah.
What the fuck was his name?
Stitch. Yeah. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he did an interview recently, completely out of that character.
Him and Bobby Lee. You know Bobby Lee?
Yes.
Him and Bobby Lee going at each other were hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. He went on Bad Friends with Santino and Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
And fucking torched Bobby Lee.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I watched another thing with Stitch where he was. Is it Stitch? I feel like I'm.
Let's get his name. Hold on. It was a type of "What's Up, Brother" guy.
And he played in a celebrity soccer thing and fucking. He got the MVP. He killed a fucking penalty shot to win. I think it might be Stitch.
Sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
if you look that up, where he played in a celebrity soccer thing as the goalie, unbelievable fucking save to win.
Really?
And then they have highlights of Sketch playing high school football. He was a fucking missile, just laying people out all over the place.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. Yeah. He was a linebacker, I think. Yeah.
I mean, he looks like one of them.
Yeah, he may have been the only guy in his bus.
Yeah, and then he had a real bad drug addiction. He did some gay fucking shit on.
No.
That came out. Yeah,
oh.
Somebody had him on video blowing some dude.
Oh boy.
But he owned right up to it. He's like, listen, drugs make you do some fucked up shit. And he owned up to it, and everybody forgave him. That's one thing this generation is way better at than we would have been. Like like we do to Sal every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good about it. They forgave him, and they did a thing where like 2021, he had $64 in his bank, 22, whatever, and now it's like millions. Yeah. It's crazy. Cool. Yeah, that's all I had for rabbit hole this week.
I got down my usuals. Actually, one funny
Trevor Bauer needs to be signed somewhere.
Yeah, he just got roughed up a bit, but he was coming off a lat injury. And he's like, you don't realize. He goes, I came out he was pitching. He pitched through it for the one start. And then where Japanese baseball, I think, is far advanced over, and I think it's their culture, but over American baseball, they're like, immediately after the start, he pitched, it was like 6 innings, 8 Ks, 2 runs. He pitched good. But he had a lat strain. No, I'm sorry, abdominal strain. They said, listen, immediately deactivated for 10 days. Get yourself right. We're not going to put you out there with the chance of a re-injury.
Right.
And he's like, oh, all right, fine. So he went out 5 days, no throwing, went through his stretching, working out, came out for his next start. He was good as gold. So
Good.
Good dude. Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Is he? Listen, I understand. Like, Chris does not like Trevor Bauer. He's like, he's a cocky asshole. I see that side of it. I totally can. But at the same time,
but being wronged is wronged.
Right. And now you got assholes like Julio Urias, who has multiple convictions for domestic.
And got suspended, 30 games?
80 games? I think got 80. Yeah. But the thing is,
not a lifetime ban. Or shadow ban.
Or not shadow ban, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, this should open the fucking way back. But the problem is,
Bauer's older now.
He's always called a spade, too. Yeah. He's been outspoken about Rob Manfred. And that right there has been enough for teams to stay away.
Well, there's the other, and then the other guy I watched, I'm glad you said that with Rob Manfred. Fucking Gruden's QB camp. He's still doing that Barstool. That's dude's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Portnoy was smart for getting a hold of him and hiring him. I saw him do his QB camp, and all this is my new favorite thing. All these colleges are sending him boxes.
Yeah.
So every day, Gruden's like, look at what we got. Box from fucking Syracuse University. And every day he's got a different type of knife, cutting the box open, shredding shit. They're sending him sneakers, shirts, and this dude's fucking recall of people. Jim Brown, Donovan McNabb. I coached him in the Senior Bowl. This one, that one. Marv Albert went there. I'm like, how the fuck does he know all the people that went to Syracuse?
Right. No,
Like
he's just a smart dude.
like, yeah, their retention is unbelievable.
But so by the time, actually, the day this episode comes out, the draft is that night.
It's that night, yeah.
I gotta give me one player people aren't talking about that you think is going to be somebody in the draft.
The quarterback McCord from Syracuse.
Okay.
I think his name's McCord.
Kyle McCord, yep.
Yep.
From
Syracuse.
I feel bad. I can't remember the kid's name. He transferred from. Where did he transfer from?
Ohio State to Syracuse.
To Syracuse,
yep.
Okay. The kid for Oregon, the quarterback for Oregon.
Yep.
He's going to be a late round pick because he's 5'10". You look at all his metrics, has the fucking metrics to be an absolute starter, if not Pro Bowl caliber quarterback at the next level. His size is going to fuck him in the draft.
Russell Wilson's 5'10".
Right. He's gonna his stature is going to fuck him in the draft. He's going to be somebody.
All right.
You can't argue with stats.
And I don't want to overshoot this guy. The Junti kid. He's 5'9".
Biggest bust in this draft coming out. Jalen Milroe. He can't. He's Anthony Richardson all over again.
Yeah, I was gonna say either him or Cam Ward because they're gonna put him number 1, and it depends on where he goes. And listen, if you get sacked 50 times in a year, that'll change it.
Dylan Gabriel is the
the
kid from Oregon.
Yeah. I think there's a kid who has a chance is Riley Leonard.
Oh, from Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think he's a tough kid.
He's a super tough kid.
Tough kid. So I think if you could see him in like a...
He's a Pennington.
I could see him in like an old like Jeff Fisher type offense.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, we're going to run the ball. Like, he would have been great with like a Belichick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, we're going to run the ball or like a Phil Simms type.
Yep. Gritty.
For just gritty, you know, run the ball, sit on the lead.
Yeah.
Smart throws.
I would almost guarantee that the top 2 quarterbacks taken will not be the best quarterbacks coming out of this draft.
Oh, no, because it's going to be Cam Ward and Sanders.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Funny how that works.
Yep. Go figure. All right, bud. Bring us home.
All right. For GMAC, this is Woody. This has been the Outlaw Blitz podcast. And as always, take it easy.